Hi everyone, welcome to Bruhan Mumbai Municipal Corporation's Virtual Training Center, and I am Mrs. Nehal Kodambe, your English teacher from VTC. Let's begin with today's session. Hi everyone, welcome to today's session. My dear children, today's session we will begin with reading some sentences, and I am very sure about it that you will enjoy reading those sentences. Do one thing, look at the sentence carefully and try to read it aloud and enjoy it. Okay? So let's begin with the reading of these sentences. The first sentence is, I think you have read this sentence earlier and you have enjoyed it too. This is very famous and well-known sentence. We will read it. Listen it carefully and read aloud with me. She sells seashells by the seashore. Okay, we will read this sentence again. She sells seashells by the seashore. Now, after reading this sentence, you feel that there is some rhythm which we like to listen again and again, and hence we read this sentence again and again, and we gradually after reading 2 and 3 times we are trying to read it with bit little speedy. Okay, she sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. Okay, in our mother tongue also we say many sentences in such way which gives us the enjoyment of reading and saying it again and again. So we will read some more sentences. There is next sentence. I'll pause here. You will read that sentence loudly. Okay? Now you read with me. The terrible tiger tore the towel. The terrible tiger tore the towel. Okay, don't say towel, towel. The terrible tiger tore the towel. Now here you can see some sounds we pronounce, we utter repeatedly, because here are some letters with the same sound we can see in the sentence. So we have to repeat that sound again and again. Okay. The terrible tiger tore the towel. The terrible tiger tore the towel. Which sound is repeated here? Which? Yes, you are right. The sound T. We will see one more sentence. See here, now there is a pictorial example for you. Alia ate apples all afternoon. Are you enjoying this? Alia ate apples all afternoon. Now which sounds we repeat? Sound O. Very good. Alia ate apples all afternoon. Alia ate apples all afternoon. So we can see the same sound we hear again and again. So there is repetition of some sound. We are talking about the sound. Okay. Now what is this? In English is called. That's what we are going to learn in today's session. Listen here. I'll go little back. In one session, we have learned about figures of speech. Do you remember that? We have learned about personification. In one of our session, we have learned about the personification, and in that session, I have already explained you figures of speech. What is the meaning of figures of speech and why it is used in language, especially when we are learning or writing poems. So in today's session, we are learning one more type of figures of speech. There are many, you can see here. One by one, we are going to learn about it in detail. So in each session, I'll be dealing with only one figures of speech so that we can learn it thoroughly. Okay, so in today's session we are going to learn about the alliteration. Just now we have read some examples, some sentences in which the sound was repeated, and we have just enjoyed it saying and reading again and again. So such type of sentences where the repetition of sound is there is known as alliteration. So let's learn what is alliteration. Now, before starting learning alliteration, we will revise what we have learned in first session of figures of speech. So, why do we use figures of speech? Because it make your writing colorful. Isn't it? You can express yourself in various way or in a colorful way. You can say that if you use figures of speech in your writing, especially when you are writing poems or when you are writing essays, compositions. So in such cases, you have to use figures of speech in your writing, which will make your writing more attractive or colorful. Here we will see a very easy definition of figures of speech. A figure of speech is a word or phrase. A phrase means group of words that possesses a separate meaning from its literal definition. Means what? A figure of speech. Now there are many figures of speech, but when you are talking about any particular figure of speech, it is a word, okay, or phrase means we have already learnt about it, that is groups of word which possesses a separate meaning from its literal definition. Literal definition means its dictionary meaning, you can say in easy word. फिगर ऑफ स्पीच म्हणजे काय बाळांनो, की फिगर ऑफ स्पीच म्हणजे हा एखादा शब्द असतो किंवा शब्द समूह असतो ज्याला त्याच्या शब्दशः अर्थ आपण जो म्हणतो त्या शब्दशः अर्थापेक्षा एक वेगळा अर्थ असतो किंवा वेगळ्या अर्थाने तो शब्द एखाद्या कवितेमध्ये किंवा एखाद्या लेखामध्ये निबंधामध्ये वापरला जातो. सो इट इज नोन ॲज फिगर ऑफ स्पीच. Now, why do we use figures of speech in our writing? We will see in detail. Figures of speech make up a huge portion of the English language, making it more creative, more expressive, and just more interesting. Why figures of speech are used in English language? Now we are talking about English, right? So figures of speech make up a huge portion. Huge means large of the English language, making it more creative. Now there are different dimensions for using figures of speech in writing. So whenever you use figures of speech in writing, it makes your writing more creative, more expressive, and just more interesting. So your writing won't be very plain writing, right? It, as we have seen earlier, your writing will be colorful. It will have many dimensions and it will be more attractive too. So just now we have seen some sentences and there that figures of speech alliteration was used, so we enjoyed that. So it makes more expressive and more interesting, so the reader will read it again and again and they'll try to enjoy that. So this is the main aim of using figures of speech in writing. Now we will focus on alliteration in today's session. As I told you, we are going to deal with one single figure of speech in each session so that you will get a clear idea about this figure of speech. In last session, we have learned about the personification and today we will focus on alliteration. You will enjoy it. I am very sure about it. Now we will read a very famous sentence. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping. Now see here, the word, the sound which has repeated is shown in color, red color. Okay. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping. See, so rhythmatic this line is, and you can see here the n sound has been repeated. While I nodded, nearly napping, n, n. We will see one more interesting sentence. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. See how tongue twisting this sentence is. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. See, in your mother tongue or in Marathi, we can say that we use such type of sentences, right? When you are sitting together with your friends, then you give your friends such type of sentence to say again with slow, with the medium speed and in a great speed, right? So, as we have seen in one of the session that we have seen one sentence in Marathi. Here I can show you the example of that. काकीने काकाचे कामाचे कागद कात्रीने करा करा कापले. Isn't it? So we enjoy such type of sentence a lot. So here also, see, you can see the sound per has been repeated in this sentence. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Enjoyed? Read it again. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Okay. So here we have repeated the per sound. Now, after reading so many sentences, you must have got an idea about alliteration. There is no need of explaining you, but still I'll show you the more information about the alliteration and how to use it. So, alliteration is the repetition of initial sounds in neighboring words. This is very important. Read it again. Alliteration is the repetition of initial sound. Initial which come initially in first place of neighboring words. In each word. Just now we have seen that. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Right? So this is called alliteration. Repetition of initial sound. Initial which comes in the beginning or in the first place. So initially what we say. And in neighboring words. Okay, neighbor, you know, neighboring words. So alliteration is the repetition of initial sounds in neighboring words. This is the easiest and the simplest definition of the alliteration. What is an alliteration? An alliteration is the repetition. Alia ate apples in the afternoon. Okay. So alliteration is the repetition of initial sounds in neighboring words. So, here we will see some more examples about alliteration. See here, the beautiful blue butterfly bumped into a box. Now, when you read this sentence, you can see the sound b has been repeated. When two or more nearby words, it is not necessary that each and every word should have the same sound. So I am showing you here one more definition about alliteration, that when two or more nearby words start with the same consonant word or consonant sound. Okay, see here, the beautiful blue butterfly bumped into a box. B, beautiful, b, blue, b, butterfly, b, bumped, b, into a box, b. So here it is not necessary that each and every word will start with the same consonant sound. So that is also the example of the alliteration you can say. Okay. When two or more nearby words, nearby, this is very important. When two or more nearby words start with the same consonant sound, then it is an alliteration. You can see there the figure of speech is alliteration. Then comes the next rule. Alliteration is the repetition of the beginning sound of words in a sentence, phrase, line, or poem. You may find this figure of speech in a sentence, in a phrase, in a line, or in a complete poem. Okay, so alliteration is the repetition of the beginning sound. I am repeating this word again and again. You listen it carefully. हे लक्षात घ्या की alliteration कधी आपण म्हणू शकतो की हे फिगर ऑफ स्पीच आहे ह्या कवितेमध्ये किंवा ह्या वाक्यामध्ये, जेव्हा सुरुवातीचा साऊंड, बिगिनिंग ऑफ वर्ड, एखाद्या शब्दाचा सुरुवातीचा साऊंड, एखाद्या शब्दाचा म्हणजे नेबरिंग, ओके, प्रत्येक शब्दाचा त्या वाक्यातल्या, त्या फ्रेज मधल्या, त्या ओळीतल्या, त्या पोएम मधल्या हा सेम असेल, द साऊंड इज रिपीटेड, सो देन इट इज अन एक्झाम्पल ऑफ द अलिट्रेशन. समजतंय तुम्हाला? अलिट्रेशन इज द रिपीटेशन ऑफ द बिगिनिंग साऊंड, बिगिनिंग सुरुवातीचा, ऑफ वर्ड्स इन अ सेंटेन्स, फ्रेज, लाइन और पोएम. सो you can go through the sentences which we have read earlier again and again. Then the second thing is that it doesn't have to be every word. See here I have made this very clear with red color. It doesn't have to be every word. Just two or more is enough. Now in last sentence we have seen that, right? So it is not necessary that every word should have the same sound or the repetition of the beginning sound of every word from that sentence. Not necessary. Sometimes you may get confused that some words are beginning with some other consonant sound, but here you can make sure that most of the words have begin with the same sound, or there is a repetition in the beginning sound of most of the words in that sentence. Then you can say that is an example of alliteration. हे गरजेचं नाहीये की त्या वाक्यातला किंवा त्या फ्रेज मधला प्रत्येक शब्द सेम साऊंड नी सुरू झालेला आहे, नॉट नेसेसरी. बट जास्तीत जास्त शब्द जर सेम साऊंड नी सुरू होत असतील तर तुम्ही म्हणू शकता की इथे alliteration आहे. We have learned, we will prove this with example. Bobby Bear bakes birthday cakes. Just now we have seen that each and every word not necessary, but two or more than that. Okay. So here you can see the same sound. Initial sound I have marked with green color. The letter with green color. Bobby Bear bakes birthday cakes. Now here cakes, that is different. But four words from one sentence are beginning or their initial sound is repeated over here. So you can see this is an example of alliteration. Bobby Bear bakes birthday cakes. We will see one more example. A small poem you can see. Baby Bobby Bear singing silly songs. Darling dances all day long. We will read it again. Baby Bobby Bear singing silly songs. Darling dances all day long. Here you can see not only one but three sounds. Example of different sounds in one sentence. Alliterations, some different example. Baby Bobby Bear singing silly songs. Darling dances all day long. Here now you can see b sound in three words, s sound in three words, d sound in three words, and the last word is different, or all and long. These two words are different. Okay. So these are all I'm showing you here different examples of alliteration. So you shouldn't get confused with such type of sentences. You will go through with full confidence. You can say this is an example of alliteration. Okay. See, why alliteration? Why to learn it? Let's see how it will be useful for us. So alliteration is commonly used since it adds interest to a sentence and can be a great way to help you remember names and phrases that you might otherwise forget. See, my dear children, alliteration is very enjoyable thing, right? Because we all from small to elder, everyone likes to repeat the things, repeat the sound, say it again and again because we enjoy it, right? So these you can use to remember names and phrases that you might otherwise forget. There are sometimes there are chances of forgetting the things. So not only in English, you can take the help of the alliteration for the learning other subject also, like science or history, geography. There you have to remember certain terms, and here to you can write using clue words with the help of the alliteration, and it will be helpful for you to remembering all these names and phrases or the terms. It will fit in your memory. So enjoy alliteration. It is a very fun and useful literary device. So look or pay attention in enjoyable way to the alliteration because it is a fun and very useful literary device. alliteration कडे एक तुम्ही गंमत म्हणून बघा आणि फक्त इंग्लिश मध्येच नाही तर हिस्ट्री, जिओग्राफी, सायन्स या विषयांमध्ये आपल्याला काही टर्म्स लक्षात ठेवायला याचा उपयोग करून घेता येतो का हे पण तुम्ही पहा. त्याचे क्लू वर्ड्स बनवा तुम्ही हिस्ट्री मध्ये, जिओग्राफी मध्ये, सायन्स मध्ये आणि बघा मग तुमच्या ते किती छान लक्षात राहील. So we have learned what is alliteration. We have seen where and how it is used. Okay. And at the same time, we have enjoyed reading different examples of the alliteration also. But now in our course book, there is a workshop question that identify the alliteration from the poem. One question is there. Okay. Now here is the question. Then how to identify the alliteration from the poem, or from if that poem is very big, 4 to 5 stanzas, then how to identify whether those lines fit in the alliteration or they are of personification or any other figure of speech. So how to identify alliteration, I am giving you some tips here. The best way to spot alliteration being used is to read out the sentence. In the beginning only I told you, you read aloud it with me. Okay? Make sure to listen for the words with the identical consonant sounds. Make sure that whatever you are reading, you listen to it. So reading aloud is the best way to find out or identify the alliteration. So best way to spot alliteration being used is to read out the sentence. Read aloud. I can advise you to read it aloud. Make sure to listen for the words with the identical. Identical means same, similar consonant sounds. And this will become more noticeable if you read out aloud. So this is a very important tip. If in initial stages you will practice reading with a loud reading, then automatically you will be used to it. Okay? And then you can read it on your own or for yourself only, and then you can find out the identical consonant sounds from the words or from the lines or from the verse. So the best way to spot alliteration is more noticeable if you read out loudly or read out loud. So in this way you can identify alliteration from any poem. Children, in today's session we have learned one more figure of speech, that is alliteration. We have begun with very good examples. We enjoyed reading it loudly. Then we have once again repeated. We have revised what is figure of speech, why it is used in language, especially in English. Then we have seen the rules of using the alliteration, or we have seen how and why it is used in English. Then we have seen how to find out alliteration, a figure of speech from given passage or from poem. And now here I have brought 4 sentences for you just to practice. After watching this video, you rewatch it, find out whatever we have learned in today's session in this video, and you copy down these sentences in your English notebook and underline the repetition of the sound. Okay, underline them. and then after doing this you find out where is the workshop in our course book. Now here I am giving you a clue that it is with a poem. Okay, so find out that workshop and underline those lines from the poem and copy it down in your English notebook. So in this way you keep on practicing whatever figure of speech we are learning, because there are many figure of speech and we are going to learn it one by one per session. So in last session we have learned about personification, today we have learned about alliteration. So you keep practicing whatever we are learning here. Okay, so now we will read all these sentences. You read aloud it with me, because just now we have seen that tip that whenever you want to find out the repetition of sound, then you have to read it loudly. So let's read it. Carmen carefully caught Carl. Carmen carefully caught Carl. Which sound? You decide. Steve saved 7 seagulls. Steve saved 7 seagulls. It is like she sells seashells on the seashore, right? 5 fine flowers in a vase. 5 fine flowers in a vase. And the last sentence is Jay and Joe juggle jiggle jelly and jam. Jay and Joe juggle jiggle jelly and jam. Sometimes it may not have deep meaning, but it is only for means of enjoyment or practicing the repetition of the sound. Okay, got it clear? So in today's session we have learned about what? Yes, alliteration. So remember it, practice it and enjoy it. That's all for today. So you will revise whatever we have learned in today's session. Please subscribe the channel and press the notification button to get the link of next video. Bye bye.